Today's forecast calls for mostly cloudy skies in New York City with a high near 29 and a low near 20. It's Wednesday, February 19th, and this is your Boroughs in Brief. A judge sets a Wednesday hearing in motion to dismiss the case against Mayor Eric Adams. The following comes from New York One. New York City Mayor Eric Adams will face a federal judge on Wednesday who will decide whether to grant the Justice Department's request to dismiss corruption charges against him after lawyers explained the abrupt change in position just weeks before an April trial. Judge Dale E. Ho in Manhattan scheduled an afternoon hearing in a written order Tuesday as his first response to the government's Friday request to dismiss the charges after a week-long clash among government lawyers that led to resignations by several top prosecutors in Washington and New York who refused to seek dismissal. Late Monday, Justice Connection, which supports Justice Department employees, released a letter from over 900 former federal prosecutors to career federal prosecutors that said they have watched with alarm as values foundational to a fair and just legal system have been tested in the past week. In the letter, the former prosecutors said they salute and admire the courage many of you have already exhibited. You have responded to ethical challenges of a type no public servant should ever be found to confront with principle and conviction in the finest traditions of the Department of Justice. Adams has pleaded not guilty to charges that, while in his prior role as Brooklyn Borough President, he accepted over $100,000 in illegal campaign contributions and lavish travel perks from a Turkish official and business leaders seeking to buy his influence. Find the whole story right now at ny1.com. More on the mayor as Governor Hochul meets key leaders to decide whether to fire Eric Adams. Today's top story comes from The City, Samantha Maldonado, and Gwen Hogan. New York Governor Kathy Hochul met with a parade of top New York City leaders on Tuesday as she pondered whether or not to remove embattled Mayor Eric Adams amid a growing chorus of calls for his resignation. Hochul, who has the power to oust the mayor after serving him with charges and offering him a hearing in his defense, summoned key political figures including the Reverend Al Sharpton, City Council Speaker Adrian Adams, and City Controller Brad Lander for a series of one-on-one meetings at her Midtown Manhattan offices throughout the day Tuesday. The mounting pressure on Adams comes after 4 of his top deputy mayors, who'd been credited with keeping city government running as the mayor faced federal corruption charges, submitted their resignations Monday. That, in turn, came days after the Trump Justice Department moved to drop the criminal case against the mayor, who then made the media rounds with Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, who promised he'd be up Adams' butt if the mayor didn't comply with the administration's mass deportation agenda. Federal prosecutors were ordered to make the argument for why the corruption charges against Adams should be dropped before federal Justice Dale Ho on Wednesday. Sharpton, a key Adams ally, told reporters after his meeting that Hochul planned to wait until after Ho's decision to decide how to handle the situation. The faith of the city people has been shaken, and there needs to be a resolve, Sharpton said to reporters after leaving his meeting with Hochul. The governor said to me that she is going to see what the judge decides tomorrow and keep deliberating with other leaders. Tuesday's meetings are the strongest indications yet Hochul might move to exercise her power to oust Adams. In a statement Monday night, just after the news emerged that First Deputy Mayor Maria Torres Springer and 3 others were submitting their resignations. Check out The City for the rest of this story. Join the community that powers your independent local news and make a donation to The City today at thecity.nyc. That's all for now. My name is Imran Sheikh. Make sure to support and subscribe to your local New York news outlets like the ones you heard today.
The next stop.
Spoken Layer.